The ring is sacred. Too bad my promo skills belong in this there. Welcome back, guys, to Monday Night Raw here at Fog Wrestling. And don't you worry, Gunther's getting buried today. Because, oh my, his promo skills are like the missing leg on Sackgown. Non-existent. Holy moly, was this bad. Welcome back to Fog Wrestling, and it's just, I mean, let's just get this segment out of the way. Gunther, Drew, Damian Priest, let's all get it out of the way. Gunther comes out, Priest is out, Priest talks first. I mean, Priest is like the most bang average guy on the mic. He's not, you know, he's not horrendous, but he's not exactly brilliant either, right? But he comes out, he's like, some people could say I shortcut it, but I won the money in the bank. What did you win, Gunn? You didn't even beat Randy Orton fair. All you know how to do is screw Randy Orton. I'm like, alright. He also says a few things about, oh, I'll teach you this and you'll learn this, right? Which then, Gunther grabs the mic, folks, and this is where you may as well just hang yourselves, because this was atrocious. The ring is sacred. You know, I've never learned anything from being in this ring because I'm too good. My name is Gunther. I don't care what you say about me appearing in the ring, but you know, I have the crown. I have the crown, Damien. I have the crown. The ring is sacred. You know? You want to suck on the Eastern European man's nipples, I say? Well, thank goodness Drew McIntyre interrupts this. Gunther just tucks his tail in between his legs and returns to the back. You know why? The guy can't cut a fucking promo. And this is why, I mean, everyone's burying him, even people that praise him. You know, you can shove his in-ring work up his arse. This guy needs a Paul Heyman. And, you know, Heyman, that's a funny name for him, Heyman has done a lot in this business, right, with people who didn't really need the mic. But, you know, Punk, who else? CM Punk, Brock and Reigns, right? I mean, Reigns obviously being the worst of them, but at the end of the day, man, I just think it's absolutely fucking baffling. Like, you know, people that you're trying to pretend like a main event status, they need these, they need a mouthpiece. Ludwig Kaiser cannot be this guy's mouthpiece, even though he's better than Gunther. Anyway, Drew comes out. I mean, this is where it picks up. It was actually a bit good for Drew. You know, he's talking about Scotland. He's like, let's give you Americans a geography lesson. And then he's like, oh, hold on a minute, I'm a US citizen, but come on, you need your geography tell. He's like, Clash of the Castle was in Wales. This is down here. England's to the side it and Scotland's up here. He's like, ah. And he's like, you can give me all the nicknames you want, you know, Psychopath, the King, I don't even know, he was called the Kingslayer, you know, Psychopath, Terminator, the Scottish fucking Terminator, whatever. He's like, you know, just call me in Scotland, they call me Drew, because we're all like that. Well, Drew, I mean, that's very modest of you, but at the end of the day, big man, you know, there's not, I mean, I said there's not many. It's not like the average height, you know, and built like Drew McIntyre, but I do get his point. There's a lot of mad people in Scotland, to be fair. But, yeah, he's putting over Scotland, and he's like, the crowd's going to be on your back if it's screwed with Roman Reigns. It's going to screw with you, buddy. Then Priest kind of just buries him. He's like, do you think a couple of people booing me is going to cost me my title, bitch? Well, that was good, but yeah, I mean, this segment was alright, but I mean, let's not kid ourselves. Gunther is awful. And I think we're looking at the possibility of CM Punk costing Drew McIntyre in Glasgow and getting Gunther Priest for the belt. Gunther wins, and we are looking at a Gunther world title reign. We will be looking back fondly on Damian Priest and his title reign because of how shite Gunther is on the mic, folks. That is the truth. People can laugh, people can cry, you know, but that's it. Also for tonight, we are getting Liv Morgan against Becky Lynch inside a steel cage. But overall, I think the start to Raw was poor, but it got a lot better. Gunther just, that guy, you know, a microphone to him is like garlic to a vampire. It's a no can do. And speaking of something that they shouldn't do also, I mean, this match starts mid-commercial break. We've got JD Madonna taking on Braun Strowman. Like, seriously? Like, why? Like, a match starting during a commercial break, man, that tells you all you need to know. Strowman wins with his wee power slam. He then gets hit by a steel chair, and then they run away from Strowman. This just came across as cheap. Kathy Killian does a backstage interview with Liv Morgan. Of course, she's taking on Becky Lynch and sad. Steel cage later. You don't believe, Liv? The revenge tour's just begun. Just watch me. Then Damian Priest, he tells Finn Balor to go find Madonna, bring him back to the clubhouse so we can regroup. Ricochet is then medically cleared to compete tonight. He wants a match with Braun Breaker. Adam Pearce then tells Ricochet that Braun's not here tonight, so you'll get Eli Dragunov, and Pearce makes the match official. We then get Dragunov, and Ricochet, Uncle Howdy, QR code showed up. Anyone that loves this shit, man, seriously needs their fucking head looked at. I mean, pull the trigger already. What is it with WWE and just doing things at 2 miles an hour? I mean, how about you actually do something quick for once? I mean, absolute. It's actually baffling how long this shit is honestly taking. Anyway, with Dragunov here against Ricochet. Ricochet actually wins, but not because he got the pin, because bloody Braun Breaker comes in and absolutely takes the fucking head clean off of them with spears and maneuvers. Braun Breaker looks like a star, man. Need to push this guy. Adam Pearce starts giving him a lecture, but know your fucking role, jabroni. Know your role. Coming at the commercial break, we then see Adam Pearce still yelling at Braun Breaker. Pearce then he says, I'm going to take a meeting with Kiana James instead because I need a drink. Okay, then we got this funny segment backstage. The Miz and R-Truth. R-Truth's like, what flavour are you, Miz? He's like, I'm vanilla. And he's like, and you're shut. And he's like, I'm strawberry, what? And then New Day's like, what are you going to call Miz? He's like, R-Truth, I'm just going to always say strawberry, but racial tension here. I liked it. It was funny. It was actually a decent wee segment. Karrion Kross then appears. Karrion Kross is like, you know what, Kofi, how about you work on your suntan? You know, you've been in the sun too long. You've been in the spotlight too long, buddy. And he starts looking at his arms, and I thought it was actually quite funny considering who it featured. This segment was alright, but apparently the New Day are going to show the Final Testament how much they've got left in the tank. Then when the Creed brothers against the Office of Pain. Office of Pain won. Right, seriously? What are we doing with it? What are we doing with the Creed brothers? I don't get this. Like, what was the point in calling them up? You know, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Sheamus makes his way to the arena. Liv Morgan then starts talking to JD Madonna. He runs away from Braun Strowman. Becky Lynch gives a pep talk to Elia Valkyrie. We'll learn, we'll win, we'll keep winning. Let's keep learning until it's time to walk away. And if you look at social media, it could be time for Becky Lynch to walk away rather soon, because it looks like it's going to be all over for her. Looks like she's not renewing her contract and could be going to AEW. Rey Mysterio then cuts a promo. He's like, Carlito, my old friend, you do not know that you were welcome into the open LWO with open arms, right? Your attack on Cruz Tattoo was a huge mistake. You're going to find out what happens, amigo, when you cross the LWO. You're going to find out when you cross Rey Mysterio. Sheamus then gets into the ring. I'm on a breath walking out. Savannah, what's that crack? Going for glorified court rack did nothing but talk crap about me while sitting at home waiting to get cleared. But here's a message for that little court jester with a scrawny neck of his. I'm back, fella, and I cannot wait to get my hands on that pigeon chest of yours. Ludwig Kaiser then interrupts Sheamus, and then Sheamus runs backstage, and they get into a brawl. And it's like, hold on here. How can Ludwig Kaiser actually be better on the mic than Gunther? It doesn't make any sense. Makes no sense, but at the same time, makes a whole lot of sense because Gunther's fucking pish. With then Elia Valkyrie taking on Kairi Sane. Elia Valkyrie wins. She's pretty much been burying damage control the past couple of weeks, but again, I'm not going to do that. Damian Priest then questions Carlito being in the clubhouse, like, why are you here? Finn Balor doesn't know where Dom is. Priest have to handle the Braun Strowman situation because they're too busy talking to Liv Morgan. That was kind of funny. But Priest then says that Dominic better fix this shit show tonight. Io Sky then throws a tantrum inside Damage Control's locker room. Chad Gable It's like, oh, you know what? We're going to lay the smack down tonight. I'm going to whip yous all. But that's later on. Then with Rey taking on Carlito. Decent match here between Rey Mysterio and Carlito. Carlito, of course, gets beat. But then you have like the Judgment Day against the LWO. Priest gives Balor and Carlito a look like what he used to doing after he choke slammed Mysterio. But I don't know. It just feels like mediocrity here. That's all I'm getting. You know, Priest is doing all he can, and like I said earlier, we're going to be looking back at this raid and probably wishing that he was still champ over Gunther when it comes to SummerSlam. Bronson Reed then takes on Otis. Bronson Reed wins, and then we get the Alpha Academy segment where he's going to whip Otis. He takes off his leather belt. He's like, "You two watch there. You two stand there and watch." He then goes to whip Otis. Maxine prevents it. He's like, "What's the matter with Maxine? Is this a little too much for you? You're going to cry? How about you get to the back?" And Tozawa, "Do you have a problem?" "No." "So you stand there and watch." He goes to whip him again. Out comes Sami Zayn. You know, I feel like this could have been taken a wee bit better because, like, see when he's like, "Oh, what's the matter with Maxine? You going to cry?" He's like, "What are you going to do?" You should have been like, "What are you going to do, you stupid bitch? You're going to cry? Like a little bitch that you are? You know, get a bit of heat that way. Is there anything wrong with calling her a stupid bitch? Seriously?" Nah, I don't think that is, but it's pathetic, man. Sami Zayn comes out, and then we just get a weird segment where he's like, Sammy gets the belt off him, and he throws the belt and the microphone to the floor. It's like, okay, what are we doing here? Who knows what we're doing here? And then, you know, you've got Otis torn between what he wants to do. Gable poses with the title, but who knows, man? Who knows where this feud is going? We then have Shayna Baszler. I'm sure we start cutting a promo backstage. Shh. Boring. Let's just move on. Next week, though, it's announced that we will have Sheamus against Ludwig Kaiser. New Day will take on the Authors Pain, and Priest will take on Mysterio. Then it will be Liv Morgan against Becky Lynch in a steel cage match for the Women's World Championship. So, decent enough match. Could have been a lot better, to be fair. But, you know, it actually involved a lot of stories here in the main event. So essentially it ends, you've got Braun Strowman chasing after Judgment Day. He chases after Dominic. He hits him with the pounds, but then Dominic hits the cage door into Becky's face. Morgan then escapes, and then the show goes off the air with Liv Morgan snug in the face off of Dominic Mysterio. Holy moly, what happened here? I mean, I actually thought it was a decent main event. I thought Raw was a lot better than last week. Some decent stuff on the show, some funny stuff on the show. And this is what, you know, it wasn't by any means brilliant. There is a lack of big stars, absolutely, but it entertained me to a degree. So I'm going to give Raw a 3 out of 10. Better than what it has been, but you know what? We need more. Alright, so deliver more. 3 out of 10. Till next time. Peace.